Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage, all got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom of the truth is, with our hearts uncovered. Boy, detox from all of the lies you smothered. What I'm trying to kill you, but with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we go. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add to complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, so hard to.
Nobody's. Gotta add Danny to the screen. Hi, everybody. I'm Kimberly with the Unseen Twister Truth. We are the People's Podcast, and I got Henry beside me.
Hey, and I'm Henry, and we're here together in our studio for the first time with a ton of problems, but it's okay, right?
It's the first trial. There's not really a ton of problems, just like we're complications in trying to figure this out together, because this is the first time we're together. So, but anyways, I want to talk tonight about controlled self-change. We may not have a lot of people coming on with us for our host because everybody's sick. Everybody's sick. Kendall's sick. SJF Graham is sick. Drew's mom is not doing hot.
I was sick as hell the other day.
You were sick. I was sick. So we're going to try and do this one.
It's our trial. And then we pretty much are forced to cuddle on this one. So it's good thing we're friends. Friend.
I love you nonetheless. You want to set your destinations up while we're live?
Yes, I'll be right back. Y'all, I'm gonna set my destinations.
Yes, and take this with you. All right, he's gonna set his destinations up and stuff like that. He don't want no feedback. All right, so tonight we're gonna talk about controlled self-change. People change and go through things and grow through things all the time. Do you know what it's like to have a controlled change, though? Where you know what's going on and you're able to handle yourself and be mindful of yourself and to realize what is going on in your world. Change is scary to a lot of people. And when a lot of people deal with change, they don't know how to react to it. So I've witnessed so many different things, and I've seen so many great people just ruin themselves. And I don't even mean to say ruin themselves because it's sad. They just don't know how to handle change well. So what they do is try to just figure it out on their own. And as we try to figure out things on our own, we end up messing up. You're setting your destinations. Keep him off the stage. All right, so they end up messing up, right? They end up doing things that they normally wouldn't do, and they end up saying things they normally wouldn't say because their change is not controlled. It's being forced. It's nothing that they're doing on their own. That they want this change, but it's nothing that they're able to do on their own. They're forcing it. So it's really scary. Change is scary. I want to read the definition of what I put for description for controlled self-change. So with the description, it says, controlled self-change is the process of using self-control and self-management strategically to modify one's behavior. It can involve becoming aware of habits, setting goals, and practicing self-discipline. Strategies for controlled self-change. Set goals. Set clear, specific goals for yourself. And it's good to do things in small moderations, because a lot of people will do things and they get overwhelmed because it's all happening at one time. That's another reason why you don't have self-control change, because you're feeling overwhelmed because everything's happening at one time. So if you set small goals, then you're able to match those, meet those. So getting enough sleep, getting a good night's sleep can help improve self-control. Exercise can help improve self-control. Understand your emotions can help improve self-control. Once you understand your emotional intelligence and how to avoid decision fatigue, a lot of people get decision fatigue because they feel overwhelmed and they feel like everything's on their shoulders and on their plate, and they don't realize, steps. There's baby steps. You don't have to make it all happen overnight. You don't have to come up with this huge ideal of what to come right from jump. So, anyways, yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about. Kendall, get better.
Please get better, Kendall.
So, anyways,
Hi.
yeah, I was explaining what the definition was.
I heard the tail end of your explanation. I think it's really pertinent to us and a lot of people right now with all the changes.
Yeah, and a number one thing what I've realized with people is when they feel overwhelmed, they get that decision making fatigue. You were overwhelmed just a few minutes ago because everything was doing everything at one time, and you felt like it's not the process you're used to. You're used to doing things in steps.
Yes.
You're used to things in a certain order.
So doing this with you is like the most frustrating I've ever been with you, and I'm glad. It's okay.
It's okay. I still love you.
I love you too.
And I'd rather be frustrated in doing this with you than anybody else, because I'm not upset with you and I will never take it out on you. And it's just the fact of that this is new to us.
Yeah,
we're learning. And we're using your laptop because mine broke. Our camera's not working. Before that, we were blurry.
Yeah.
We didn't know if we had our headphones couldn't do together. The microphones, we finally got them work together. The sound card's working, thank goodness. It wasn't working for me.
We did it. We got it.
We got it to go.
I know a little bit about sound card. I wiped a good thick layer of twisted radio off of my lens just now.
He's visible. I'm visible. You should have seen us before. We look like we've been drinking.
Oh,
it was blurry. Kendall's in, but Kendall probably won't be able to talk much because, Kendall's not feeling it. She's got laryngitis, strep throat, something. Something's up with her voice.
She sounded terrible in the voice.
She sounded so terrible.
We hope we get better.
Yes. And then SGF Graham, he said he has a fever of, I want to say it's 100.4. I can't tell. To me, it looked like it was 40.1, but then he'd be not here.
That would be not good.
Not good. So, anyways, with change, do you feel that, what's the scariest part about change when you're not in a controlled self?
I'm acting on complete subconscious. I'm on autopilot, and I'm really letting my obsessions and compulsions and just intrusive thoughts get the best of me, I think. That's the biggest thing I can come up with.
And you know what I've noticed, though? That really only happens when you feel overwhelmed. Your anxiety gets the best of you.
Indeed. It does.
So how do we have controlled change? How can we change things and have it in a controlled state?
As we're looking up.
No,
I'm
looking for StreamYard.
There's many things we can do. I think part of this podcast is really good in being in peer support. And everything that I do is that I learn as I go. I'm always learning as I go, and not only for others, but for myself as well. And for learning to accept change and through all these horrible situations, I think making good, healthy life choices is tantamount to proceeding forward. I realized I wasn't eating. I was letting the stress kill me, and because that was hand in hand, I was kind of letting every system fail.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
I see that.
So my body wasn't cooperating. My brain wasn't cooperating either.
I said something about fatigue decision making. When you were asked 7 things at one time, how do you feel?
Overwhelmed.
Extremely overwhelmed. Now, if somebody come up to you and said, I would like to know in small steps, how was your day? You're able to answer that without feeling like someone just come to you and said, hey, do 7 million things, plus how's your day, plus where you been?
Right.
So you get fatigued from making decisions. And a lot of people feel overwhelmed because they're decision. And once you get a controlled state of mind, then you're able to stop and be like, oh, okay, we're going to make small decisions. We're going to make small changes. Kendall said something
Let's see.
so small.
I'm still going to do comments. Show me Kindle. Oh, I'm showing it. Oh, that's how you do it.
Just
See,
click
I'm
on it.
learning.
I just clicked on it down here.
Okay, so Kendall says you can always write down a vision board for what you want in the future, claiming positive feedback before anything happens. That's true. Premeditated thinking and planning.
That's true. But when you are doing it through a step of uncontrolled, when your mind is not, you're not able to control yourself because you're letting the anxiety get the best of you, you're not thinking that.
So I think something that really comes into play there is one I could say is boundaries, because a lot of the anxiety could be stemming from others or messages you haven't read or things like that. For me, is things that I haven't tackled or people I've left hanging or something. You know, you feel like crap when you let people down, but we're not obliged to make everybody happy. We got to be functioning as a machine ourselves. So
When I felt the most, everybody around me is dealing with something right now.
oh, it's just rough. Yeah.
Everybody around me is growing through something. So when I felt bad the most is when I can't help the people that I love the most that are homeless, because I too was homeless. I can't help the people that I love the most that were struggling to eat because I too was going without.
Do you want some coffee?
No, thank you. I can't help the people that are sick because I too was sick. So when I'm not right, I can't really focus on the other people that aren't right too. If you guys receive that. And it's not because I want to be selfish or rude or because I just don't care. That's not the case. I am mentally tapped out. I'm unable. So me saying that, and that's a controlled thought. Me saying I am not able to right now. As much as I would love to, I can't. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's setting healthy boundaries up.
Mm-hmm.
That's loving myself and putting stipulations against others, saying, this is it. I can't do it for me. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They try to put too many things on their plate and try to have everything become something they can solve when you can't solve it all.
That was killing me. That was really killing me. You know, I got past that.
How?
Was saying it's not hurtful. I'm not hurting anyone. That had to be a big thing for me. Is it's not fair to them to see me in this state.
Yeah.
So putting it on them as it's like it's not you, it's me. You don't want to see me right now. I'm not going to be able to treat myself right, let alone anybody, and I won't give you the time and attention you deserve for the conversation.
I can respect that. And a lot of people that are, I don't want to call them people pleasers, but a lot of people that aren't able to say, hey, right now I'm mentally tapped out. I can't give you the best version of me because I'm not the best version of me. Instead, they try to do things. Instead, they try to do it all or take control of every situation. And that's when you get the fatigue. That's where you get the mental fatigue because you can't save the world. But yet, they try.
No. It says learning. Kendall says learning to say no is a hard demand. No is hard. It's difficult.
It is. It is. Especially when you want, and it's by people you love, and you just want to help them. I know some people that are dealing with a lot right now, and I love them, and I wish I could help them. I just can't.
You know, I just heard my phone ding twice.
Yeah.
Y'all people at home dinging on my phone here. Comment what you're doing to try and control and self change. How do you say no?
Turn your volume down and bring your phone over here, and it won't give you feedback. And then you could read you could
That's true.
You could log on here, but you can take your face and read your comments.
See, you know what's funny is I'm all different. I'm backwards. So I'm usually answering my comments on my computer, and I'm doing this from my phone.
Yeah. Good thing there's a little delay, though, so okay. Because you walked away and it didn't show up yet.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just Kimberly Vertigan mentioned. No, it's. We want you to come on and share your experiences, what you do. You know, it's hard out there for all the mental health professionals. It's hard out there for everybody right now.
I know a lot of psychiatrists that see psychiatrists. Is this supposed to be this people? I know a lot of people that seek help that are there to give people help.
Yeah, they're people too.
They are. So no one's going to judge you. Not here, anyways. We will never judge you. Your opinion really does matter. I got somebody who I love dearly, and I see them hurting themselves because they're in a manic state right now. They're not controlled. Their actions that they're doing is so manic. They're saying things they normally wouldn't say. They're doing things they normally wouldn't do. And instead of taking accountability for it, they're passing blame to others. And I know a lot of people that do that. They rather blame somebody else instead of take accountability and say, you want to know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I am overwhelmed right now. Maybe I do need to take a time out. Maybe I do need to reevaluate this and think differently about it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the controlled self-change. You can't change and expect the world to change if you cannot do it with a controlled state of mind. And that's the part that people got to realize, you know? We can't save them all, and we can't change it all.
And you're not invited to every argument.
You're really not. You're really not. I prefer peace, so like I pick and choose what I want to say or think is important, and a lot of things really ain't that important. It really ain't. I was just like, you know, right? You want to know what? You're right. It's not that big of a deal. Let's move on to the next thing. Let's think of the next thing. What else can we be doing?
That's not what we do in stress situations when we're
That
making
ain't.
split decision making.
And how do you change that?
You know, that's led to so many things. Like leads to bad things happening, unintended. I don't want to say relationships, but maybe not timely. You know, I've had a lot of bad things happen because I made split decisions in a panic state. And I don't know. It doesn't have to be all to that. Like I hop state, went somewhere else to pursue this podcast to the best I can, and I left. I'm homesick for something I don't have. You know, the home's gone, so it's all changed. I mean, I had fine. Something I wanted, and I've had to really deal with that.
That's just me. So I want people to tell us what is your definition of controlled self change? Henry, your definition of controlled self change is?
My definition of controlled self change is listening to yourself and your body and going with your gut instinct, maintaining health, maintaining mental and physical health.
My definition of controlled self change is it's okay to be not okay sometimes. And just because you're not okay doesn't make you a bad person, and it doesn't make you something wrong with you. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say I don't know.
It's okay to seek help from someone else.
That's a big stigma, especially with men.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm just going to say what I want to in the podcast now.
You might as well.
Yeah, you might as well. Men, it's okay. You can let your feelings out.
So Kendall said it's the baby steps.
Yeah.
Each day is by routine or setting new routines. It's self-determination to do better for yourself. You have to be willing with an open mindset. I've had somebody recently call me crazy because I told them that they need to seek help because they're acting manic. Now, instead of them taking it in a positive manner, they called me crazy and reflected and said, "Well, no, I'm the crazy one, and I deserve everything that's coming to me. Even though I do deserve everything that's coming to me. It's ordained to me, and it's beautiful. Thank you, thank you for acknowledging what I know. I have a beautiful husband. I have an amazing you, my sun. My life is beautiful. It's beautiful, and that's because I'm putting that energy out in a positive manner. And all I want to do is help. I don't want nothing in return but to help and see people to love themselves correctly. So, with that being said, I don't think that my life is like untouchable. And I hadn't had struggles that I had to come up with, obstacles to overcome and stuff like that. I've dealt with things too. We all had. We have to realize we allow what we accept. Did we get into that situation that we put ourselves into willingly?
That's the thing too. Willingly, if you know you put yourself in a bad situation, that's a hard slump to dig out of. If you're like, I totally screwed up, that's an easy way to slip on the next step and really start falling hard. I've realized.
Yeah.
So dealing with change in a positive, even a negative manner like that is so important. So you don't fall so hard. Y'all are beautiful.
Thank
You're
you.
beautiful too.
You're beautiful.
Love your pictures. Paintings.
Yeah, paintings and different things. We got beautiful artwork, we got beautiful poems and beautiful writings and little just moments. You're such a beautiful person. I love everything about you.
The housewarming gift.
Yes, it is a housewarming. Yeah.
People are wondering where we're at. Did you know that?
Did they?
Yeah, I've had people ask, but I didn't tell them because I didn't ask you if we could tell them.
No,
We off grid.
we're in Ohio.
We're in Ohio. It's a crazy place.
Why do you need to know more?
Why do you need to know?
You gonna come visit us? I mean,
I have no problem saying it. But for now, it's just Ohio. We're in
We're in Ohio.
We came here to throw a ring into a volcano.
we did. So, anyways, I gotta rotate this.
Sorry to get so edgy there.
Uh-uh.
My Lord of the Rings references. Aw, she says. Yes. Yeah, this is big changes.
Huge changes. And changes are scary. So I'm not mad when someone feels manic because of a change.
I saw someone manic recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it scared me. It scares me now to see people where I was.
What did that make you? Did it feel like a trigger to you?
Yes. Well, it was not a trigger. It triggered a lot of bad memories and feelings and things that sometimes I look at bottles and stuff and I'm just like, I remember it's going down and running down my face and all these just horrible, ugly things. And it's just, yeah, seeing that mania, it really reminded me of me and it really screwed me up with this person. Yeah.
Now you can't look at them the same, can you?
No, it made me reflect on myself too. It's scary how much we need to see some bad sometimes to understand and process it.
No, don't worry about that. So yeah, it is. It is hard, but sometimes we need that. I have a strong saying that I always say, and I've caught people adapting to that and also saying the same thing. Nothing happens to you; it only happens for you.
I've known you a while.
And when you hear that, it may hit hard, but it makes you think again. This ain't here to hurt me. It's here to help me.
I gotta use my example.
Go ahead.
I got really sick when I got here, and I was thinking it was due to eating gas station food almost constantly out of necessity. That and stress. But I was so sick, I had to get taken care of from Danny, Mr. Holmes there in the bubble, who's a very sweetheart, and he was very nice, and I would have died without him and his help. I didn't even know him really at the time in person, and I woke up in this new place, and a lot of the stress I had before had been gone. It's like I needed to get so deathly ill that it pushed out all the bullcrap feelings I was thinking of: depression, homesickness, my future, terror. And I felt great when I woke up. And I'm still grateful to be feeling good. I actually felt so bad. So it was a horrible thing. It happened for me.
And I know a lot of people, and I can relate to that. I know a lot of people right now that are having horrible things happening for them, and they are not seeing it in that positive manner. They don't see it with the controlled self. They don't see it with nothing's happening to me, it's only happening for me. They're seeing it as an attack on them. They're seeing it as an, oh no, I'm not the problem. You're the problem. The world is the problem. And that I am okay and I got this. I'm just crazy. And I'm proud of it. And that's a cry for help. If I ever seen one. As an addict, there's certain things that we always did for help. We didn't want the help. We didn't think we needed the help. But they were cries for help.
Weird.
My hair's not bad.
Your hair's not
Sad.
Get them ethers in.
You know how crazy this is? We've been trying to do this, and I had to start it at 8:00 because he had to use the bathroom because we were trying to get everything going and nothing was going on. I totally forgot to wrap my head. So if any ill will against me shall not prosper because I am covered and protected. Just know that.
I didn't get my piss, my meds, my coffee, or my whatever's in. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to run outside when the podcast starts because I don't go without sleep, food, or comfort, warmth. Those are my three things when I'm out camping. And I don't go without my med, my grass, my coffee, and my, I don't know, just yoga sometimes I do before a podcast. I skipped all that, so I came in here feeling wild. And now I'm really happy.
So someone said to me, and I don't want to put a bunch of people's business out there because that's not what we're here for. We're here to help people and let them know that they're not alone and that we too deal with things. But someone said to me, how come everything great is always happening to you, for you? Why is the universe blessing you and you don't have to deal with things? You don't have to go without. I got so many answers. So many answers. And none of them will sit right with them for them to understand what I have to say. None of them. I can say, it has happened to me before. When you were doing great, I wasn't. I can say to them, I have went without. I went 40 days without. 2 chains. I had sacrificed. I had worked 160 something hours in a week to make ends meet. I had sacrificed. Your time will come too. I got years on you. I got at least 20 years on you, almost.
You are talking here.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. I was making sure.
But no, because you know this. Because you have to. And you didn't ask me how come I'm not. And you didn't ask me how come the universe is providing for me. Someone just asked me that. And how come the universe is always doing good things for you. And it's because you got to become what you're searching for. You got to become what you want in your life. If you're looking for peace, be peace. If you're looking for abundance, become abundantly. If you're looking for currency, then start becoming a currency, which is a higher vibration, which is getting out of your lower chakra state. The toughest thing for you and the most beautiful thing that I've ever witnessed with you, and I don't think a lot of people received it the way that I did or you did. And it's when you sang that song and you walked out your house.
That was a hard day.
I want to cry.
Kimberly, before I did that, I went out in my front yard and I put my arms around my tree and I hadn't cried all day. and I fell apart. I soaked the bark, pushing my face into it as Harry stood there and held me. And I hugged that tree in the freezing cold for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, just crying. After that, oh man, that song, I meant every friggin' step of it. I wrote it in that house and I shouted out that house.
And the reasoning for that song, the reasoning for the release was what?
Change.
For change. And it was controlled. It was. And it was something you knew you had to do. You had no other option.
I just sing that song. I wrote at the end of the song, not to hype my music. I'm not gonna hype it. I said, I take this life in mind one day at a time at the end of the song. I wrote that before I was in AA. I was really searching for change. I didn't even know that phrase existed. I swear to goodness. It just made sense to me. And now it's ironic that I don't really function like that. I have long-term aspects. I do take my second at a time. If you break it down differently, but it's crazy. It's crazy. I had to change.
But your manic moments, I don't know what I'm going to say that way. Your manic moments, though, are not always manic.
No. Oh, we got people dropping Flint, Michigan. Val Kruzkowski jumping on. Now, Val talked to her earlier. Val's a fellow warrior with me. I've known my entire life. Great to have you on, Val.
Solo, drop that music in and share it for us for tomorrow for Twisted Radio. We got Twisted Radio tomorrow at 4:20. So drop that. Send it to dowhatisaid@yahoo.com and we will play it and water you.
We will. I get to Twisted Radio if you do.
Yes, you do.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. DJs.
We will water you.
Hell yeah.
So anyways, the hardest thing though, right, was doing something you know you have to do because you want better. I got a phone call from somebody and they said, I'm sitting in the back of a cop car. And I said, what did you do? Or no, I said to them, for you? And they said, no. And I said, what happened? And they said, my friend needed help and I had to get them help. And the only way I could get them help is by calling the police and admitting them into a hospital. That's hard.
That is hard.
That's hard. I don't know if I'm able to do that. I love people, but I don't think I can admit somebody into a hospital.
I've watched people push themselves very hard with drugs in front of me to the point where I've had to do things to save them, to resuscitate them. It's freaking scary. It's the scariest thing in the world. Especially if you're really invested on your friend.
Yeah.
I'd call 911. I'm not too big on calling the police, but I will call them in emergency situations to help save my friends and family.
But I will do that too, but to admit them into a crazy hospital because they need help.
I'm saying crazy hospital. No.
How am I supposed to say it then? Okay, a facility that is equipped for them to help them in the need that they need at the time.
Yeah, everyone calls them crazy hospitals. I get that. It's freedom of speech. We're not.
I'm just talking about for not even educational purpose, just for satire, just for people to have an understanding of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, if you got
a relatable word.
If you got a local like what 3 West, I don't know, that's what it was in Fort Huron or some kind of
and I think they might have closed that down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't live there no more.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, sometimes though we gotta do things to help people. Sometimes we gotta save their lives.
Yep, I've done it. That's for a well-being check-in. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and it's crazy, and not no pun intended. None.
It's crazy.
It's crazy that we don't see how we are being because we are so in our thoughts in our head and so out of control and so manic and so anxious. overwhelmed.
Add your own adjective. Yeah. Add your own.
I don't know what
trauma
the best
response.
what the best definition to explain it is, because I've been there. It took a long time for me to get this inner peace that I have now. To realize, one, I am not being attacked. That
No,
makes me want to
no.
cry, because that was the hardest thing for me to learn, is that this world wasn't attacking me. I felt like I was constantly being attacked, and I had to constantly defend myself. So to realize I'm not being attacked, and that it's okay to be not okay. Again, it really is. And I thought there was something wrong with me when I wasn't okay. I was like, I'm not normal.
Mm.
I'm not the Joneses. And nothing against the Joneses, because I don't know them. I'm
You
just
keep
using
it
it
up
again
with
for
them.
words purposes to relate to something. I am not like the people next door. So maybe there's something wrong with me,
No.
because I can't say normal. Because what is normal?
I love normal. Normal's whatever feels good to you.
I
It
love that
doesn't have to
definition.
do anything with anything anyone else does. I'll be honest with you. I ain't chewed my nails. I haven't chewed my nails. That's fucking crazy.
You want to know what? I get it. I get it. I get it, the freedom.
Yeah.
I get it. I may not relate to you in the aspect of all that other stuff, but I can relate to you in the aspect of my whole entire life has been consistent with support and taking care of somebody else. My whole entire life. I have not had a moment where I wasn't able to just focus on me.
Yeah.
And when I took that step and I decided to start loving myself correctly and start saying no, and I wish I could help, but I can't. This is all I can do for you. I can't do more. And there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with that. I used to beat myself up.
How does breathing feel? Great, right?
Fucking
This
amazing.
feels great. I can actually breathe. Holy shit! You really.
I
Honestly,
know.
you still didn't wrap your head. Maybe you don't
No,
need to today.
I'm going to eventually. I just not for the show. It's too late now.
I wanna snoot in here. Val, give me an example, if you can. Share whatever you want about how change has affected you. Anything,
Even a positive or negative manner.
positive or negative. We all been through changes, Val. I know you've gone through a lot of change. You had to accept changes.
And we will not judge you, and we will not classify you and put you in a category.
Or you don't have to say anything.
Because at one time, I used to have sex with random people, and it wasn't for money. It's because I was addicted to it. And that's because that was the only time I felt loved. This is a safe place, and I don't care if anybody, what people think of me. No one's judging me. I have an amazing, amazing man beside my side, and I have an amazing husband who loves me and thinks I walk on water. So there is, and knows everything. So there's nothing that anybody could say or do to me to make me not love me, because it took me a long time to learn how to love me correctly. Because I always loved me incorrectly. No, it's the neighbors. Yeah.
I'm not used to living in a village.
What's this say?
What do we got here?
I-
Danny Holmes. Amen to that.
Amen.
Amen.
So at the end of the day, we can't worry about things that we can't take care of.
Kendall wants to get adopted. Y'all can.
Aww. When we get that bus, Kendall, you can come.
Oh, Valerie says, hold on, putting me on the spot. That question again, please. Val, I didn't ask you a real specific question, but I'll try and nail it down a little better. How do you feel about change? What has change been like to you? And
What's it look like to you?
yeah,
What's the definition of change for you? I've been manic. It's been a long time, and it was in different ways. It wasn't in the ways of getting myself in trouble or locked up or having a record or nothing, but it was randomly sleeping with a bunch of people for love.
Mm-hmm.
That's not healthy. That's not controlled. That's not something that everybody should do on daily basis because it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
I don't know if I drank for love. I just Danny Holmes. I don't know if I drank for love. I didn't fill myself with love. I drank a lot because I didn't have love in my life. I guess I was filling that big void. So I'd pour myself full of poison on a daily basis, sun up, sun down. It felt like a safe place. It felt like, hey, I want to watch this movie. I want to play this video game. I want to do this thing. I want to do it drunk. Because that's the happy way to do it. It's crazy how much happier I am without it. Your family. Oh, dude. He's so sweet.
Isn't it? That's why I love him to pieces.
And I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, Bill. No. Or I did, actually. You came onto our show. I said you don't have to answer anything, but change, you know? How do you view change before as now?
I don't know who wants to be in your music video there, young man. Nobody is here that's in Michigan. Are you in Michigan?
I am not in Michigan.
I am not in Michigan. Kendall's not in Michigan. Anybody in Michigan that's in Flint, Michigan would like to be in someone's music video? Tap in with them. Go on Twisted Radio group page and type in there, anybody want to be in my music video? I will approve it. I will approve it. And there's a lot of people that are in Flint, Michigan on that group that will respond.
Yeah. Danny Holmes. Share the live, everyone. Share the live. Share the live.
Share the live. Share the live. Sharing is caring and it's free. It don't cost you anything. They'll answer it. And it's long. Would you like me to read it? Or are you going to get it?
I get it.
Okay.
I'll dump the rest of this in here because I don't waste things. That's how I keep everything still. Let's see what do we got here. Oh, Bill. Well, I just want to say right now, I'm going through so much change on my self-love journey. It's extremely overwhelming. Loving myself is helping me to actually love and understand others so much more. Like I thought I was always love and light to an extent, but I was and still am a whole lot of darkness. But yeah, that's okay. It's the duality. You can't have light without the dark.
Period.
Yeah,
period. And I need to take that off there because it's long.
yes.
But period.
Yes.
Period. Because you want to know what? The hardest thing for me to ever learn to do, and I don't know why this is dying so quick.
Oh, no.
It's just the battery. I told you.
We get more ambient here. Let's see.
No, it's
Oh, that wasn't even good.
I told you it wasn't, but you wanted it. But anyhow, so I let you have it. I know. But anyway, so what I learned to do when I wanted to love myself, she got something below it too, I think. Can't tell.
Oh, we definitely gotta check it out. Canadian, LOL, I wish.
Oh.
Oh, we gotta read the second part. That was perfect. Change is only constant. It can get away from it, and I've always, for the most part, embraced it. I love that. Life is good. Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah, change is the only constant, too, right?
And you want to know what I had to learn to do, Val? To learn to love myself correctly, I had to learn to block the mirrors. As funny as it sounded, I did not look in mirrors for over a year intentionally. I didn't cover them up or anything. I just never looked in them. Every time I seen one, I walked past it, never glanced at it. I acted like it didn't exist. And the reason for that is because I had to learn to look at myself without looking at myself through my eyes with agreements of others. Because people put conditions on me that weren't of me, and I took them and adapted them as if they were mine. I thought I was what everybody said I was, and in my eyes saw that. Until I was able to start seeing myself for who I truly am, in my heart, in my soul. Now I can look in there. I don't stare in them, but now I can look in it real quick and fix my hair and walk away. I mean, I didn't even do that. I stayed away from it because I know that every time I looked in a mirror, I was judging me.
I hated mirrors. I just hated myself forever. I would stand in them and mutilate
See?
myself.
Judging me. I was judging me constantly.
I love them now.
Now I love them, but I mean, I don't stand in front of them and gawk in them no more because I don't have the need to. I know I'm sexy and I don't care what I look like.
I spend a lot of time in front of the mirror. I absolutely love it. I'm grateful. I love it. I love myself.
I'm glad you do. And there's nothing wrong with not. And there's nothing wrong with you for going through that. You moved through it.
Hell yeah, Kimberly, I heard that.
It's hard. It's hard. Val, it's so relatable right now what you're dealing with. I am 50 years old. Just turned it. And I don't feel it, but that's why I'm so proud to say it. And I just learned to love myself 3 years ago correctly. I just learned to put up healthy boundaries.
I did too.
I just learned to finally tell people no. I was celibate for a whole year, almost. Her choice. And I'm a sex addict. Because I wanted better.
Let's do it.
Someone's talking about somebody else.
Do we get one more here? I also don't let others judge me. I just say, well, I don't accept that. It's your opinion. It's not me no more. That's important.
That's important. It is, honestly, because it took me a long time to get to that point.
You're welcome, Sola.
What did you say? He'll post. Oh, for the. Thank you for the. I don't know whoever he's talking to, but you're welcome. Someone must be talking to him.
I'm glad we can link up on it. That's
wonderful.
This one isn't really for music all the time.
No, not at all.
But
it is.
We do interviews with people, but it's always mental health pertinent.
Yeah, and we are the ears that listen.
Yeah.
This is set up so strange. That's the old logo from so long ago.
Well, I think something we're gonna end up doing is just kind of fine tuning it now. We'll get it.
No, I like that. It brought me back such a nostalgia feeling.
Really? Oh, good.
We've been doing this for 3 years now. Oh, well, we'll be 3 in July.
And you started with the self-love journey with me. Like we really kind of formed each other on this journey to get here.
I met you in the safe place.
Yes. I haven't seen too much from them lately.
No, I haven't. Or heard anything from the group.
What?
No, I haven't.
No, it happens. I don't know.
I had a beautiful, beautiful person created this group called The Safe Place. And I don't know if it's still active or not. A very beautiful soul. Introduced me to Henry.
Yep.
And we've been locked since.
Yep.
That's it. Just locked since.
Then that.
Now I don't go nowhere without Henry. And I won't. We're just locked.
Given me a voice to put my message of experience, strength, and hope out to the world, which I find is incredibly necessary.
How do you feel when you drink a whole bottle?
Why? What do you mean? I drink a whole bottle every morning.
How did you feel when you drank a whole bottle of alcohol to kill yourself or to poison yourself?
I don't feel anything.
Were you numb?
There was this, you know what? There was this magical little perfect buzz that I was always trying to hit, which I guess would be chasing the dragon, where I'm just buzzed up enough to have fun, but it was rare that would ever happen. I would either be sick from not drinking or sick from drinking or just passed out completely, crashing cars. Yeah, I could never reach the apex that social drinkers get. And I was always trying to search for that, and I just couldn't get it. And I thought, I'm never, ever going to have fun. And I begrudgingly accepted change and realized that my entire life was a lie at the bottom of a bottle.
Did you drink because you loved yourself or that you didn't love yourself or life? Or did you drink because you wanted to search that buzz?
Oh, there's many reasons I drank. As I searched more and more, the fact that I was in a closet most of my life was killing me. It was killing me. And I didn't know myself in that aspect whatsoever. Now that I know myself in that aspect, it played a huge role in how I live and breathe and walk and live in my own life. It's how I am. I experienced freedom. I was trapped in my mind, and the worse I wanted to think about the things that I was and who I am and what was normal, as social things, whatever, just stop me. So instead of pursuing that and accepting change, I tipped the bottle back and I drank it. And I passed out. Stupid.
If anybody wants to be on that music video tomorrow, hit up Solo East. Hit him up.
Hit him up.
He's in Flint, Michigan.
Hit him up style.
We'll post it for you, Solo. But anyways, I find the unknown to be very rewarding. A lot of people find the unknown to be very intimidating. What do you really know, though? There's only one thing I truly know. What do you truly know?
I don't know.
One day I will not be here.
Well, in physical form, huh?
That's it. That's the only thing I truly know. That's the only thing I know.
That's true. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Einstein, Tesla, our smartest people, really didn't know shit what's really going on, right? They were incredibly intelligent people, obviously. There's a lot of intelligent people. There's so many forces at work that we don't understand that we're trying to get to as a species. We're working on it. Will we ever? Maybe not. Maybe not in my lifetime. Do I care? Not enough to ruin myself over it. There's certain things I like to know, and there's certain things that are just kind of beautiful. Kendall sent me a painting of a whale. I'm terrified of whales. Terrified of sea life. But they also make my brain. And I know that my brain's working. It's fun. It's cool. It's cool. I'm thinking. It's not that I'm terrified. I can't look at my spider. They're so huge in scope, my mind can't conceive of it. It's cool. It's cool. He said, I really appreciate it. I don't know why I didn't bring that up.
That's okay. You know what I remind you constantly? I caught myself reminding you constantly that Henry knows dumb things. And I don't mean like dumb things. I just mean like things you wouldn't think he would know.
I'm still trying to figure that out, but I think I got a little idea of it.
It's the weirdest things. It's things you wouldn't think that he would know. He knows. He knows. He knows.
Feel free to flood the comments asking me questions about things.
And see what he knows, because he knows things that you didn't think he knew.
I don't know everything.
I will say something. One day, here's an example. One day I could say, Henry, do you know in this country, I may make up a country. I don't even know countries. But in this country, I'll be like, this country, there's this little country. And it's called da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'll be like, you know they only have 100 people living there?
That would be Liechtenstein.
See, look at, and he knows that.
Ultramanic country.
Here's Henry saying, yeah, it's called
Liechtenstein. How'd you do that? How did you pull that shit out of my head?
I don't know, see? And he just knows that stuff. And I'm like, how do you know that? How do you know that? See? And there's just things that Henry knows. So, like, I remind him all the time that Henry knows just dumb things.
I used to drink and know things, jokingly.
And it's weird.
Whales are known for wisdom and deep knowledge. Yes, there's something incredibly mystical about them that I'm drawn to. I feel like if I got thrown in the water with whales, I would overcome my fear and become like Aquaman or something. But I'm terrified of them. They're scary.
So here's a funny story, Kendall. Here's a funny story that you may enjoy. I sat there and I opened up the thing and I said, Henry, I got something for you when we moved in. And I said, this was given to me and I've been saving it for you because it was meant for me to give to you.
Right.
And I gave him the letter and I gave him the picture. I sat and looked at both pictures and I said, which one looks like that belongs to Henry? And I gave him the whale. It doesn't say Henry on it. I got to pick and choose. And it was either this one or the whale. I don't have the whale.
Oh,
no. It was either you do. It was this one. You see it?
Yeah. Towards the light a little.
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
That's
not a whale.
It's a tree.
It's a tree on a cliff.
Which I also really love. By the way, I love that color scheme.
So I asked him, or I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, which one looks like that fits Henry? And I didn't know Henry had an infatuation with Wells.
They're just,
I didn't know.
they're incredible. They're just the most incredible force.
I had no clue. I just knew that one was calling for Henry.
He was right.
What does this say, Hen?
Look at that. Beautiful. Thank you.
This one?
I've always wanted to go whale watching. I will.
I would love to go whale watching.
On the same camera. Thanks, Anna. Yes, finally. Yes.
Yay!
It's the right timing. Yes.
Yes. Peace and love, Evan. Peace and love.
Evan, I've been overwhelmed with life and I've been hiding from messages and everything. I haven't been reaching out as much as I want to, but I love your music. I've been following your workout journey, man. Awesome. Just saying.
There you go.
Awesome. You can always share in the group. The whale was exactly my friend. I have the same feeling. That's amazing.
See?
And she wrote about trees too. So.
See? And it was weird.
Awesome.
Why would you write about trees knowing that was the deepest thing to him? That brought tears to his eyes when he read that because he thought about his tree that he hugged goodbye.
That's insane. It's insane because trees are really powerful for me. Not only on the earth sign, I love nature and I spent most of my time in trees. Trees taught me how to fall. It taught me how to hit the ground. It taught me how to get back up. That tree specifically, and I cried my eyes out when I left, and I always felt rooted there with that tree. And I just hope it's okay. It hurt to leave it behind, but I couldn't take a 700-foot tall maple with me.
No, not at all.
I'm not going to really exaggerating with 7. It's huge maple tree. And John Carter, hello, lovely people. Hello, Jonathan.
So share the live, Jonathan, and also I'm going to do a little shout out. We have an interview with Jonathan coming up. We haven't picked a date yet, but Jonathan will be on Twisted Radio, and I think maybe Unseen Twisted Truth too. So we have to come up with the date so you can come on both. But yes, Jonathan is doing business with the Twisted team.
That's right.
So we are going to be watering him soon.
We have done business with Jonathan.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Yes, absolutely fantastic. So
yes.
Follow Jonathan too.
Yep.
Follow everybody.
That's Flavor Hype. Flavor Hype.
Flavor Hype. He's Jonathan?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I got so many people I've met through this podcast.
Yep.
Just wild.
Flavor Hype.
It's so cool.
Right? Flavor Hype. So yeah.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
Comments before.
What's that? Oh, nothing. That was the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I got the vision of certain reasons. I get the visions.
I get visions for certain reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. One time I went and bought a bunch of bracelets that had initials on it. And with these bracelets, I didn't have the people to give it to. I didn't know nobody to give them to. And as the month went, or the week went, because I got rid of them before a month. As the weeks went, all of a sudden I started meeting people with those initials.
It's wild, isn't it?
And they all needed it. They all wanted it. It meant something to every one of them. And they all really, it moved them.
There's things going on. There's things we just don't understand. It's like the times. Yes, that is correct. I am Flavor Hype. Good.
Yay! See, I love it when I love somebody correctly and I don't forget about them because you matter, Jonathan. So.
And I get confused with multiple names. I really just do.
Flavor Hype.
And that's.
But I've been like infatuated with Jonathan from a long time. When I first come across Jonathan, his voice captivated me. And I said he had to do something for speaking. He has to do something with speaking. And it brought me closer and closer to getting to know him. And we've been watering him and supporting him on all of our platforms because not only is he very talented and very amazing, his voice is captivating, and he knows a lot of things too.
That was one of our other guests and hosts was like, "Your voice, that can't be real." It's like, "That's real. You got a deep voice. I have a pretty deep voice." John ain't got nothing.
It wasn't Jonathan who's that deep. That was Matt. But
oh yeah,
yeah, that was Matt. But Jonathan also has a really nice deep voice too.
He does. I love the Western videos. They're freaking cool.
He said the watering is unreal. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
So, we are doing a song for Unseen Twisted Truth. We're in the process of finishing it. Tim is going to master it some more, and we're gonna get it all wrinkled out, and so we're gonna have another song put out.
Check out Tim Krantz, everybody.
Yes, check out Tim Crans. So I just want to let people know that we're here for them. You matter. Your opinion matters. Your mental health matters. Your craft matters. You matter. Henry said to me one time, and I say this a lot, and I know who avid watchers are probably sick of hearing it, but I don't care. If you weren't around, your world wouldn't exist to you. So you are the most important person in it. That hit home. I didn't realize how much I didn't really value me until you have to stop and really think about who's the most important person in your life.
You can really, respect your own existence as what it is the most important thing in your life, and still respect others wholeheartedly and make them feel just as welcome in your aura as much as you do.
In fact, I learned to give them more respect because I respected me more.
Because the machine's broken. You can't do anything right if you're broken.
And that's the uncontrolled change, self-change. It's so beautiful to change something healthy. So beautiful to change something healthy. Because when you try to change it, when you're I don't like to use the word broken, so I'm not going to say broken, but when you're bent a little, it's hard to change something because you're focused on that bend. You're focused on that bend, and you're not focused on the bigger picture, which is the change. I know people that are manic are proud of being manic because they don't realize that it's a cry. It's a cry.
That's true too. I was proud of my drinking prowess for many years. I could drink. I could put down whole fifths of 100 proof liquor and drink gasoline and gargle it in front of people, and that's what I was bolstering my social status and standing and self-worth on.
Terrible.
Isn't that horrible? Oh my God, my skin's cold right now.
I am not mad at you. Ugh. If anything, you need a hug for that because that is sad.
Oh, yeah, it's sad. Jeez, I didn't realize that. It's ugly the way I said it just now.
I know. I have come to a situation where I had a realization one time. I was in the shower and I didn't want to be like nobody else. I wanted to be like me. I wanted to be me. I didn't want to be anybody else. I just wanted to be me. And I didn't like how I saw me. And I couldn't blame nobody else. I just had to do better. It was not going to be easy. It wasn't going to be given to me. And it wasn't going to be without fear, hurt, heartache, and the unknown. And I was ready for it. I had to face it all, and I was ready for it. And I had to. I had no other choice.
Yeah, that's sick and tired of being sick and tired feeling.
Period.
It's just, you get there and it hurts, but you're ready. Oh, so John Carter says so often the hurt takes precedence over the healing. Yeah, it's like a little scratch on your mouth. You keep tonguing it and it keeps bleeding and it won't heal. You just want it to heal, and you know you got to stop, but just keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on. This is good. Thanks, everybody. Y'all jumped on and you've been commenting and engaging and helping water, and it's made this first tandem podcast really, really great. I'm happy.
Crazy.
What's crazy?
People are crazy.
People are crazy.
What's this say?
We got more. Mm-hmm. Look at this. I have found that where you put your energy is what grows. Yes. Yes, that's true. And It's like watering. Yeah, you have it's energy in water. Kendall says nothing. Thank you, though. What is that? But yeah, that's what watering. That's what we're talking about. You got to grow that energy. Water can be a synonym for anything. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How we're dealing here. So I don't know. We're a different person. They say. They say the cells, I guess, every 7 years because we replace most of the cells in our body, not all of them. So your body knows what's going on. Your cells know what's going on. You just got to get your brain to catch up to that sometimes. Do I feel different than I did 7 years ago? Absolutely. Does anybody else out there feel different than they did 7 years ago? I bet it would be a large amount of resounding yeses. Oh, here we go. That was nothing.
No, that is.
Did we
It's
get all
for the
loud?
mobile. It's for the mobile.
Okay. And then I was trying to send an emoji. Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind
same.
of figured that's what was going on.
So, change is scary, but it's necessary. Do it controlled if you have to do it. You are not under attack. Nobody's out to get you. And the world doesn't hate you.
Yep.
Remember that. You are loved, valued, and appreciated. And you matter. You matter to me.
You matter to me.
There you go. You matter to us.
The world matters to me.
Life matters. Because you want to know why all that matters? Because I matter to me.
I was going to say that next. I shit you not.
But it took me a long time to start mattering to me.
Yeah.
So that everything else could matter. Because when I didn't matter to me, nothing else mattered. I didn't care. I will call you names. I will hurt you. I won't steal from people. It's not of me. But I will hurt you and call you names. And I will try to make you feel like I feel when I felt like shit. Don't do that no more. I'm not of that anymore. I'm not of that. I am now able to show love because I know what it's like to not feel it.
Oh.
Let's leave it with some advice.
That's my advice.
What's your
You look
advice?
at me like giving me advice. Advice?
What's your advice to the world?
Try some change. If you're thinking about it, try it. It can be anything. That thing you're scared to do, whatever it is. There's so many things it could be. Take a chance on it. Take a chance on yourself. Because the scariest part is starting it. I mean, it's not always the case, but for most times I've noticed the scariest part is starting it. And then once you get going, I bet you find that you say, how did I ever live without doing this? That's what.
Hurt people. Remember that. So if somebody's hurting you, it's probably because they're hurting. And that's not an excuse. And that's not a reason. And that's not a out or
Excuse.
an escape. That's not a reason. That's not a definition to why they can do what they're doing. It doesn't give them the okay. But when someone's going around and they're just hurting people in their presence, it's usually 9 times out of 10 because they're hurting themselves. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and allowing us to be a part of your evening. Thank you for sharing this with us. We are now one. Come on anytime you guys want to. Send us an invite. Tell us you want to join. We will let you come and join. We love people.
That's right, with People's Podcast.
That's right.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Thank you for allowing us to be in your homes. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations. Peace and love.
We appreciate y'all. Peace and love.
Ashe, everyone.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom what the truth is. With our hearts uncovered. Boy, detox from all of the lies you smothered. What them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down mean we owe. So down mean we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so all.